At some point, I think you have to ask yourself if it's really worth the headaches of trying to trade the metal sector. So we caught this bottom here in December, and we made some pretty good money on this initial rally uh, out of the intermediate cycle low. But since February of this year, I've basically just been spinning my wheels, going sideways. I'll have a winning trade or two, and then I'll take a couple steps back, couple steps forward, couple steps back, and you can see this has just been a very choppy market, and this is a market that is very tough to make money in. Every time we get up towards the top of one of these cycles, we start to hear the calls from the gold bugs. Gold is going to the moon. The train is leaving the station, and invariably that's where the top occurs, and then we have another move back down. Get down into the lower part here, the bears start calling for um, a test of 1,000, and invariably that's when the bottom occurs, and then back up we go. We get a manufactured breakout here by the banks to trap the bulls long, so that the banks can hand the bag to them, and another move back down, and so on, back and forth, back and forth. And it's at some point you have to say, is it worth the frustration of trying to trade a market like this, where you have to time uh, each one of these tops and bottoms almost perfectly to make any money? And I don't think it is. And I can tell you that the longer we remain in a choppy market like this, and it's looking to me like we probably got a daily cycle top. So, here we go again. Just the other day, the gold bugs are out in force again, saying gold is going to the moon. You got to get on now. The train's leaving the station, and in reality, the uh, miners, the GDX, still hasn't even broken its intermediate downtrend line yet. So, we don't have any confirmation that anything is leaving the station yet. As a matter of fact, as of today, as of right now, as I'm recording this, gold has dropped back below the 10-day moving average, and is starting to look like it's dropping down into a daily cycle low. So those can last, up to 2 or 3 weeks. We could even make it into the first week of September, the next employment report before this bottom. So um, this has just been a very, very difficult market, and as long as this kind of stuff continues, you're just not going to get any institutional money that's going to take a chance on this. It's just too hard to make money in this kind of a market. Big institutional money is not going to play this, especially when it's just so easy to make money in the stock market. Any correction gets, it just isn't allowed to go very far. Um, the the plunge protection team just is not going to allow these to get a whole lot of downward momentum. I think they stepped in, first thing Monday, and reversed this daily cycle, um, which could have potentially gone a little lower. I mean, it's been since the election since we've had a normal intermediate degree decline with at least one failed daily cycle. We haven't had one of those since the election, and that's just not natural. So, as long as there's, the Fed's printing press is protecting this market, big institutional money is just going to stay right here. Maybe you could make more money if you could time those swings perfectly in the gold market, but just, all, big institutional money is not going to try and fight with that. They will take the easy money here in the protected stock market. They'll go with the Fed's printing press. Um, I'm going to go with the Fed's printing press. As I said, I've just been spinning my wheels all year in the metals market. I haven't haven't made any consistent gains after the top in February. The market's just become too choppy and too difficult to trade. It's just 2 steps up, 2 steps back, over and over, and as of today anyway, it doesn't look like anything is changing.